Hi everybody. I haven't been on in a long time and I've been working on some small projects. I've been trying to destash, going through things, and when I would find things, whether I wanted to get rid of it or use it, I ended up doing a lot of small projects along the way. One of them is probably a lot of you have a lot of these skinny strips of cardstock and papers, like I do. And as you can see, I have a whole slew of them. I've held on to them. Sometimes I use them to edge papers and things, but they're kind of blah. And so I wanted to do something with them. And these were very narrow. So what I did was I made them a little more, a little wider to be able to use in my journals, as this one's not completed yet. A lot of them aren't completed yet because I'm not sure how I want to put them in my journals, because I may still want to, I may want to put this on a cover. I may want to put this on the inside of a page. I think I'm going to use this one in a wedding journal. I don't know if on the camera it depicts the colors, but it's kind of like a real light gray with some white flowers. And I actually didn't care for this cardstock, but now that I've put it with the, it's like a, I don't know if this is like a, it's like a gray, darker gray, but it turned out really pretty with the trim and the little pieces I had to glue on it. So that one, it really turned out cute. I'm doing a nature journal eventually here. So I did one that would be geared towards it, which I don't, for the most part, don't finish them, because if I'm going to use it as a belly band in a journal, it's only probably going to be like, if I get down here to my ruler, it's going to be about, 6 inches, I would say. So then I would end up having, it cut here and here. So I really don't want to add anything here because I'm not sure where I'm going to want to cut, is basically what I'm saying. So I've left this kind of, blank. And then these cut off pieces, I figured I can make paper clips, because embellished paper clips, because they'll be, like a couple inches long. So, 1 to 2 inches long. I had, I make, if I can find some here real quick, I make paper like rickrack out of some of them. I'll cut some of the strips. This I would probably put like at the top or bottom or side of page because of the edge. Then these, I use just on tags and whatever, so that's what I put on this one. So you can just kind of get an idea of how this one I haven't even put anything on. I started with something and I don't know where it's at now, but anyway, so and like I said, once I have them, this one might be pretty much done. Once I have them, in the journal, I'll be able to embellish them further. So I will show you how I did it. I had pulled out this to have ready, and my glue, and we're going to use these flowers. Okay, so some of these pieces, like this, they were a little wider, but I didn't really care for the colors. I mean, this is like a really dark brown, which I did do some things with it. And then this is like a yellowish color, but this was in a paper pad. And you can see the jagged edge where I tore it, because it was at the top of the scrap paper pad. And so I kept them because, you could actually stamp on like this one and distress it and stamp little words and things. So I kept them. Seeing how many I had, though, when I was destashing and just organizing things, I thought, you know what, I need to do something else with them. So I want these two to go together, and I put it away. You won't see this. So what I did, though, and some of these, I want to say, you will have these circles in the middle because of the punched out circle. But once you put these on, you're covered. This one, I just put them together so you could still see the circles, but once you put something over it, it's not a big deal. All right, so I just literally, hang on, let me unclog my art glitter glue. I had a little pin for it with the beads, and I lost it. I don't know where it's at. It always turns up. It rolls off the desk and things like that, so I'm sure it'll turn up eventually. So I'm just running, you know, a bead of glue down the side here where I want to glue this onto, and then I put the jagged edge towards the center. My end frame. Not a lot, right? Okay, let's do this. And I have it coming out maybe over the edge a little bit. And thing with glitter glue, you gotta get it kind of the way you want it, because it sticks. And like this side has a little, you know, that I didn't get covered, and this one's too long on this side, but I mean, obviously we don't care about that, right? Because we can cut it off. It's so minute, and it beats I've tried to pull them back up. That doesn't go so well. So it's better off just to leave it alone. All right, and then I'll just put this one next to that one. Again, keeping the zigzag or perforation cut towards the center. And okay, so there we go. Easy peasy. Okay, and then I had this trim pulled out. It's got like, this has like roses, and this has, it's like a pink shade, and it has roses on it. It's kind of like this pink. So I went with this to kind of cover up that center line. That's what I did with a lot of these, to cover that up. It was that center line. I like some of them when I did the two different colors. I thought that was kind of, you know, cute. Just something different. And a way for me to use up my scraps. You can make small ones too, but you know, if I want, reminds me of like a, I mean, they're belly bands, or like I say, you can do them long ways as belly bands on a page, or horizontally. All right, and let me cut that off. Keep losing my scissors. So I'm just gonna cut this off right now. I'm gonna flip this over and cut that off. Okay, that's done. And you're gonna wanna let that glue, stick for a second. But like I said, that glue works great. And everybody, I'm sure, is aware what glue I'm talking about. It's the art glitter glue, and it dries clear. Okay, so now for the center, I thought I had a flower for the center. I'm not seeing one. Maybe I didn't have one picked out yet. These are flowers that I've made with the paper punches and added, you know, brass fasteners, buttons, little teeny buttons. I have some small brads in some of them. So, you know, one day I had some scraps of my cardstock, and I thought I would just go ahead and make a bunch, you know, while I had my scraps out. Okay, so I don't have one. Well, so what I'm going to do is, let me see if, sorry, thought I was prepared. I tried. All right, let's see if possibly we could use one of these. I don't want something that's too big. Here, that might be good. Alrighty, so I think I'm gonna do that in the center. I think I might wanna distress that a little bit with my distressing ink. Let me see if my picked raspberry, what it looks like before I put it on my flower. Okay, I think that'll work. And I don't want a lot, I just want to mostly hit the tips. Okay. You know, and I have latex gloves, I have the whole finger cuts to use, but then I'll just lightly go here, sporadically, nothing. Okay, not a lot, just enough. And then I could also use some of my, I have little pieces of these, I have some eyelash trims that I sometimes like to put down. Just depends. I don't want to do too much. I mean, make it look, you know, I don't want to make it look junked up. You know, less is more, maybe, something like that. I don't know. I gotta put these down because this is what I kind of had picked for on here. And I think I want to do this like this, maybe. Maybe it doesn't matter. All right. So, and I don't know that I like that. I wanted something a little, well, I don't know, because this one's shiny. This one's like, it's a button, but it's kind of pearled. So it's kind of shiny. I know sometimes it's hard to tell on, not that this has to be shiny. I was just trying to keep it, you know, kind of, I'm a matchy person. If things don't match, it kind of bugs me. Okay, there, I like that. This I'm not sure I like. I would rather have something maybe that matches this, but hey, I'm gonna do something that I normally don't do. And I'm just gonna go with it. So I'm gonna see where, because these are about 12 inches long. So I just want to center this at 6. That's why I'm measuring it on my thing here. So I'm gonna go with that. That way, when I cut it, if I, you know, cut it and don't do it on the edge of a page or on the cover, if I want to cut it, I try to make sure it's like this long and spaced out right. So, okay, and I did not go with the, which side do I want? I think I'm going to go with this. It's rounded more, like this one. And yeah, I didn't put the eyelash trim underneath because I just felt like it would be too much with this pretty rose trim. And this rose trim actually has like a tiny bit of, I don't want to say it's glitter, but a shimmer to it. So it's, when the light hits it, it's very pretty. So I don't want to do too much. And like I said, a lot of times now I want to space this about here. That way, if I do want to cut this, I might cut it up here. I might cut it down here. I'm not sure. So I usually space it about here. And, you know, sometimes I won't even embellish them any more than making the strip, you know, thing itself, just because, you know, I might want to do something really different. So like this one, I may leave that blank because depending on the journal I'm making, I, you know, might just change direction with what embellishments I want to use, because I have little bows. So if it were going in a little, like a little girl journal, baby journal, you know, I might want to put the bows. So, all right. So it's not dry, but there, we made it. Kind of could put the two together, and it turned out, you know, pretty good. And then I have this heavy iron and this is what I use to help weight down my things so they dry. So again, I'm going to show you the ones I did. Now I didn't finish this one, so this one had more of a vintage feel to it. I have another one here that I had done that was vintage. Like this one, I went as far as just doing that to it so far. Not sure, you know, what I'm gonna do with it next. This one needs to flatten out. I just had glued this, so it needs to go under something. But this one I had put a little bit of cheesecloth under the pictures. I had made a bunch of these tags. I'd made a bunch of these tags, then I had made a bunch of these tags the other day. So I just glued one on the center of that to cover up those holes, and with some like cream colored lace. So I did that one. And then this one, I thought I'd use one of my button flowers on it, and then maybe possibly some of the smaller ones. But anyway, you get the idea, and it'll help use up those skinny scraps. And for this, I mean, there's not much to these. Like I said, I have the two paper punches. I can show you what paper punches they are, or tell you what brand they are. They're just basically these two different flower punches, and I punched two of each of these and glued them together, and then just added the center embellishments. And like this is missing something, but sometimes I layer these too. Like I might put a picture over top or whatever. So lace, depending on where I want to put this on the page. So I mean, it really won't matter much. But yeah, so that's how I did those. And so get out your, if you have a lot of these long scraps, now maybe you have a new idea that inspires you to get them out and see what you have and just get creative with them. Like this one, I wasn't sure what to put down the center, and I thought, hey, I have that paper rickrack, which these are my cloth pinking shears. My other ones are in my other room, but I just used the pinking shears to make the paper rickrack. So once again, another little project you can do with some of your scraps if you like rickrack. I don't use a lot of it. I only use, you know, a little bit. Here's this one. I forgot I had done this. And it's got like, you know, just music notes. So anyway, I hope you liked what we did today. And thanks for stopping by and watching. And I hope everybody is healthy and has a great week. Thanks again. Bye-bye.